Hey, you there. Tired of seeing your hard-earned money disappear into hidden bank fees and sky-high interest rates without you even noticing? What if I told you there's a sneaky trick that the big banks are desperate to keep secret, one that lets you save over $1,000 a year automatically and smartly, like going from drowning in debt to savvy investor in just 6 months? You between 25 and 45, juggling personal finances in this crazy American economy, frustrated with rising costs, credit card traps, and apps that promise more than they deliver. Ever stop to calculate how much you're losing monthly on unnecessary charges while the banks pocket the profits? Right here on the channel, I'm going to expose clever financial strategies powered by AI and digital tools to help you take control, slash expenses by up to 30%, and redirect that money into real growth, like crypto or tech investments. Stick around till the end to learn how to outsmart the system and unlock true financial freedom. And check the description for apps that'll change your game right now. Let's dive deeper into why this is such a huge problem for people like you. Imagine waking up every month and finding your bank account lighter than it should be, all because of those sneaky fees that pile up without you noticing. In the US, with inflation hitting records and everyday costs like groceries and gas skyrocketing, it's no wonder young professionals are feeling the squeeze. Banks like Wells Fargo or Citibank bury these charges in fine print. Think $12 monthly maintenance fees if your balance drops below a certain amount, or $35 overdraft penalties that hit when you least expect it. According to recent reports from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Americans lose billions annually to these hidden costs, with the average person spending about $200 a year just on ATM fees. And don't get me started on credit card interest rates over 20%, turning a simple purchase into a long-term debt trap. This lack of transparency keeps you stuck in a cycle, paying more while the banks profit massively. For someone in their early 20s starting a career in a city like Chicago or Atlanta, that means less money for rent, student loans, or even saving for a house. It's frustrating, right? You work hard, but the system seems rigged against you. But here's the thing, it's not just annoying, it's draining your potential wealth. Imagine losing out on compound interest because your money is tied up in fees instead of investments. That's the dark side of traditional banking, designed to keep the average Joe in line while the big players thrive. Now, imagine flipping that script. That's what we're going to do. Let's talk about how these problems pile up in the current economy. With the Federal Reserve raising interest rates to fight inflation, borrowing costs are higher than ever, making loans and mortgages a nightmare for young adults. If you're in your 30s trying to build a life, these hidden drains can set you back years. But stick with me, there's a way out. Now, let's get real about identifying this problem in your daily life. You probably check your banking app and see random deductions, maybe a $5 fee for a paper statement you didn't ask for, or $10 for transfers that should be free. In a country where the average household debt is over $100,000, these little leaks turn into floods. Think about it. If you live in a high-cost area like San Francisco or New York, where rent alone eats up 30% of your income, every dollar counts. Banks exploit this by offering convenience services that come with steep prices, like premium accounts that promise perks but deliver mostly fees. Data from Bankrate shows that 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing, often because ongoing bank charges erode their savings. This opacity creates a vicious cycle. You overdraft to pay a bill, get hit with a fee, and then pay interest on that. For tech-savvy folks open to innovation, it's even more maddening because you know there are better tools out there, but the system pulls you back. And in this post-pandemic world, with job instability and gig economy gigs, transparency is key, yet banks hide behind complex terms. This frustration is universal among 25 to 45-year-olds, from entry-level workers to mid-career pros, all dealing with average student debt of $30,000 and credit scores battered by invisible charges. It's not just financial, it's emotional, that sinking feeling when you realize you've been played. But don't worry, we're turning this around. Let's explore how these problems manifest in real scenarios. Say you're a 28-year-old graphic designer in Austin, Texas, freelancing and managing irregular income. One late payment leads to a cascade of fees, pushing you into high-interest debt. Or a 35-year-old teacher in Miami, balancing family expenses. Those hidden loan fees add up, preventing savings for the kids' college. The lack of clarity means you're always one step behind. Banks profit from this confusion, reporting record earnings while customers struggle. It's a system built on inequality, where the wealthy get fee waivers, but everyday people pay the price. Recognizing this is the first step to empowerment. Now, imagine harnessing AI to spot these traps before they hit. That's the transformation we're promising, from victim to victor in your financial game. Stick with me as we reveal the tricks to break free. Shifting gears, let's uncover the strategies banks don't want you to know. First, automate your finances with AI to escape those pesky fees. Tools like Albert or Enab, you need a budget, use advanced algorithms to scan your transactions in real time, flagging potential overdrafts and suggesting automatic transfers to cover them. Technically, these apps employ machine learning models trained on vast datasets of spending patterns, predicting when you're going to go low and intervening seamlessly. For a practical start, link your checking account to one of these. Set it to move $50 to savings whenever your balance hits $500, avoiding that $35 overdraft hit. In the US, where mobile banking is huge, this can save $400 annually, according to user reports. Next, optimize investments by ditching traditional banks for high-yield options. Switch to online banks like Ally or Capital One 360, which offer 4% APY on savings accounts versus the paltry 0.01% from big banks. Use robo-advisors like Betterment, which automate portfolio management with low fees. Input your risk tolerance, and it diversifies into stocks, bonds, and ETFs. Practically, start with $100 monthly contributions. Over time, compound interest turns that into serious growth. For crypto enthusiasts, platforms like Gemini let you earn interest on holdings, beating bank CDs. Another trick, reduce rates on existing debts. Use apps like Tally to consolidate credit card debts, negotiating lower rates automatically via AI-driven analysis of your credit profile. Step by step, upload your bills, let it scan for better terms, and watch monthly payments drop by 15%. In a high-interest environment, this can save $600 a year on a $10,000 balance. Combine with cashback strategies. Cards like Chase Freedom offer 5% back on categories, turning spending into savings. For tech lovers, integrate voice assistants like Alexa to track expenses verbally, adding a layer of convenience. These aren't just hacks, they're empowerment tools. Imagine redirecting saved money into Roth IRAs for tax-free growth, ideal for young professionals planning retirement. Banks hate this because it cuts their revenue streams. But you're taking control. Let's build on this with more examples. Say you're investing in index funds via Vanguard, low cost, high return, bypassing bank mutual funds with high fees. Continuing with practical tricks, let's talk about leveraging digital wallets to minimize transaction costs. Apps like Venmo or Cash App allow fee-free transfers between friends, avoiding wire fees that banks charge $25 for. Set up recurring payments for bills through these, often with cashback incentives. Technically, they use blockchain-inspired tech for secure, instant moves without intermediaries. Practically, link it to your payroll for direct deposits, earning bonuses like $10 per referral. This is huge for gig workers in the US, where 36% of the workforce freelances. Another strategy: hunt for fee rebates and perks. Many credit unions, like Navy Federal, reimburse ATM fees nationwide. Join one if eligible, and say goodbye to $3 to $5 per withdrawal. For investments, explore peer-to-peer lending via Lending Club, where you lend money directly, earning 5 to 7% returns versus bank savings. Step by step, sign up, assess borrower risks via their AI tools, and start with $25 loans. This diversifies your portfolio beyond stocks. Now on reducing loan interests, refinance student loans through SoFi, which uses data analytics to offer rates as low as 3%, saving thousands over the loan life. For someone with $40,000 in debt, that's $200 monthly savings. Integrate with budgeting AI like PocketGuard, which categorizes expenses and suggests cuts. Hey, you're spending $150 on coffee. Switch to Homebrew and save $100. For advanced users, code simple scripts in Python to automate alerts via APIs from your bank. But keep it simple. Track one category weekly. These tricks address transparency issues by putting data in your hands. In the US context, with rising healthcare costs, use HSAs through Fidelity, contribute pre-tax, invest the funds, and withdraw tax-free for medical bills. This can net 20% effective savings. Banks push their own products, but these alternatives empower you. Let's tie this to daily life. A 32-year-old marketer in Denver uses these to cut dining costs by 25%, redirecting to a side hustle investment. Or a 40-year-old engineer in Seattle automates everything, building a $10,000 emergency fund in a year. The key is consistency. Start small, scale up. You're not just saving, you're building wealth sustainably. Diving deeper into revelations, consider hacking your credit score to unlock better rates. Apps like Credit Karma use AI to monitor your score, suggesting actions like disputing errors or timing payments. Technically, their models analyze credit bureau data for optimization paths. Practically, check weekly, pay down utilization below 30%, and watch rates drop on loans. This can save $1,000 in interest on a car loan. For investments, delve into micro-investing with Stash, round up purchases and invest the change in themed portfolios like clean energy. It's automated, low risk, and beats bank interest. Another gem, use price tracking tools like Honey for shopping, ensuring you never overpay, saving 10% on average purchases. Combine with subscription auditors like Trim, which scans and cancels unused subs. Americans waste $200 yearly on forgotten services. For real estate curious, apps like Roofstock allow fractional ownership in rental properties, yielding passive income without full buys. Step by step, invest $5,000, earn 8% returns. This bypasses bank mortgages' high fees. On the tech side, explore DeFi platforms like Compound for lending crypto assets at 5 to 10% APY, far above savings accounts. But start conservatively to avoid volatility. These strategies empower you to avoid traps like high-fee 401(k)s, roll over to low-cost IRAs via Vanguard. For families, use 529 plans with AI advisors to grow college savings tax-free. The transformation is real, from paying $50 monthly bank fees to investing that in stocks, compounding to $2,000 in 5 years. Banks thrive on inertia. These tricks force change. Let's personalize. If you're in tech-heavy areas like Silicon Valley, leverage stock options wisely through apps that automate vesting sales. Or in rural states, use farm credit unions for low-rate loans. The beauty is accessibility. No need for wealth to start. By reducing expenses 20 to 30%, you're freeing cash for growth. Imagine the freedom of not worrying about next month's bills. This is about reclaiming control in an economy where costs are unpredictable. Keep going. The benefits are massive. Now, let's highlight the benefits of these strategies. The main win is saving money intelligently and automatically, gaining independence from traditional banks. By implementing AI automation, you're not just avoiding fees, you're building a system that works for you 24/7. Imagine saving $1,200 annually. That's real cash for vacations, emergencies, or investments. Take the example of going from debt burden to investor. A 29-year-old in Boston used apps to cut $300 monthly fees, reinvesting in index funds that grew 15% annually, turning $3,600 saved into $4,140 in a year. This promises financial freedom, where you're no longer at the mercy of opaque banking practices. Slash expenses by 25%, and suddenly you have breathing room in this high-cost US life. For young pros, this means affording that down payment on a home sooner or boosting retirement funds. The transformation is empowering. You leave the video equipped to outsmart the system, reinvesting savings into tech or crypto for sustainable wealth. It's motivational. Imagine the confidence of watching your net worth climb without extra effort. These tools create a ripple effect, improving credit, reducing stress, and opening doors to better opportunities. In an unstable economy, this stability is gold. Users report feeling in control, with one saying, "I saved $800 last year and started a side business." That's the shift, from frustration to freedom. By focusing on practical steps, you're set for long-term growth. The urgency is now. Don't let banks drain you anymore. This isn't hype, it's anchored in real results. Embrace it, and watch your finances transform. Expanding on the benefits, consider how automatic savings lead to compound growth. With high-yield accounts, your money earns while you sleep. $1,000 at 4% APY becomes $1,040 in a year, versus $1 in a standard bank. This independence means ditching reliance on predatory loans, building emergency funds that cover 3 to 6 months of expenses. For 25 to 45-year-olds, this aligns with life stages like starting families or career shifts, providing security amid job market fluxes. The promised change is profound. Economize 30% monthly, reinvest in assets like S&P 500 trackers, and see wealth build exponentially. Example, a 38-year-old woman in Houston refinanced debts, saving $250 monthly, which she funneled into a Roth IRA, projecting $100,000 by retirement. It's not magic, it's strategic use of digital tools. This empowers you to beat the banks, turning their traps into your advantages. Feel the motivation. No more late-night worries about bills. Instead, excitement over growing investments. In the US, where 60% live paycheck to paycheck, this is revolutionary. The dark mystery of banking opacity dissolves, replaced by clarity and control. Users transform lifestyles. One cut cable, saved $100 monthly, and invested in skills for a promotion. That's sustainable wealth, Savings today fuel opportunities tomorrow. Anchor in facts. Studies show automated tools increase savings rates by 20%. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. This video equips you with the mindset and methods for lasting change. Stay motivated. The freedom is yours. Wrapping up the transformation, these strategies deliver on the promise of financial empowerment. By slashing hidden fees and automating optimizations, you gain the tools to build a robust financial future. Imagine redirecting 20% of expenses to high-growth areas like tech stocks or AI-driven funds, watching your portfolio expand. The benefit shines in real stories, from a $15,000 debt with high interest to clearing it in 18 months while building $5,000 in savings, all through app integrations. This independence fosters confidence, reducing anxiety in an economy with uncertain rates. For open-minded innovators, it's about leveraging tech to outpace inflation, ensuring your money works harder. The shift to freedom means sustainable habits that last, like habitual investing leading to early retirement dreams. Motivational nudge. You have the power to change your trajectory today. No more draining transparency issues. Instead, proactive control. That's the key to unlocking potential. Save smartly, invest wisely, and thrive. In conclusion, these clever strategies expose the tricks banks hide, empowering you to save automatically and build independence. From AI automations to digital investments, you have the blueprint to cut costs by up to 30% and reinvest for growth. Remember the transformation, from indebted to investor, saving over $1,000 annually. Take action now. Implement one trick today and see the difference. Like, comment what you'll try first, and subscribe for more insights. Your financial freedom starts here.